Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Welcome back, baby, to The Aspect. I told you guys again I was gonna make this happen, and I made it happen. So let's get back into it. Subject number 2, man, is something that really kind of bothers me. The emasculating of men.
I feel like you find out more with the black community because, you know, it goes deep.
It is deep.
Slavery deep.
Like, and even like right now, social media, man, is...
Everything's a joke. Yeah.
I don't need a man. I don't need this.
I'm independent. I know. It's like, it's cool to be independent, but we all need each other. At the end of the day, no woman, no man don't need each other. God made us that way for a reason.
Exactly.
You know?
And like you said, it's deep. It's very deep. But where I see it happens is with, you know, and this is not the show to bash anyone. No, we're not going to bash men. We're not going to bash women. But just from what I see, man, it's like when some women don't get their way, not all, but when some don't get their way, or when they can't do something for themselves, and if a man can't do it, then that makes him less of a man. Like,
or the word they like to use is useless. You're useless.
Oh, great. You can't pay your rent, and it's my fault. Like, we don't live together. I'm not your husband, but you want me to pay your bills and pay your rent. And if I can't do that, then you don't need me. Oh.
I don't remember you having, or me having one.
And
either.
even as a married man right now, like, I need my wife. Like, we're a team.
Exactly. See, you understand.
We are a team, and she knows, like, we have our roles, and that's not putting us inside of a box of anything. Like, there's some things that my wife is better than me at.
Yeah, like some women are better at finances. I've learned that. Like, I prefer when I do get married.
I suck.
I would love for her. That's why when I talk to a girl, they be like, I save, I'm this and that. I'm like, listen,
when
you're
it comes down to saving money,
I'll let you hear all that.
Man.
I'll give them the cards.
If I had my way, we have pizza and wings at least 2 or 3 times a week, you know. And like, I love to cook, but it's just like that's my thing in the house. Like, I am the cook. My wife loves to clean. She loves to do like what she calls mommy duties, like when it comes down to ironing the kids' clothes before school or helping getting them ready for lunch and things like that. Like, that's one of her things. I suck at it. Here's some money. Here's pizza money. Like there it is.
Well, it's like when you're giving out lunch money, she'll make the lunch. You'll give out the lunch money instead.
But it's just like, you know, some of these women be like, oh, men ain't this, men ain't that. Or I'm like, well, why do you feel that way? Like, were you hurt? Like, who hurt you?
Yeah, like, I want to like literally sit down, like if we could have like a panel and discussion.
Oh,
with
we're gonna
these
make that happen too.
That'd be dope because
Outside
it's just like,
TV.
it's not just you being hurt. I think it's deeper than that. Like, was your father in your life? You know what I mean? Or, you know, did someone hurt you, like you said, mentally, emotionally, physically when you were younger? Because some women react based off of their childhood.
Okay.
It's deep. Like, it's that deep sometimes.
Like, what I've also see is when a man does one thing for you, you expect the next man to do the same. You know, and it's great to have your wants and your needs, but we're all different in certain ways. Like, there's some men who can they can be exactly kind of the same in the ways, oh, I like sports, I like this, I like that, but there's something in his DNA that's just built differently. And you can't expect what happened with the last man to happen with this man. And like, I see that a lot.
But you also got to give people the benefit of the doubt at the end of the day, because it's just like, you know, me and you might do a lot of things the same, how we think and this, that, and the third, but how we treat our women could be differently. You know what I mean? Maybe like one thing, like we can do everything the same, but there's always gonna be that one thing I do differently than you at the end of the day.
And that doesn't make me any less of a man than you, and vice versa.
Yeah.
And, you know, so like I always tell the ladies, like in both of my books, to know what you want, go after what you want, don't settle, but have realistic goals when it comes down to some of these men. Like, they set a high standard so quickly that there's no room for improvement for a man. And if they find out that he has to improve, then it's, I'm out of here.
Like, they don't want to build a man. There's a lot of girls out there that want the project. They want to build the guy. They do build the guy, then the guy walks out. You know what I mean? Which
And
is
he's a better man for the next person.
I know, but it's messed up because I understand why you're mad about that. Because like I made him who, but the thing is, you gotta understand he wasn't meant for you. So don't get mad about it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you learn from it and stuff because it's just like you might end up becoming with someone that's actually already put together, but there's a little few less things than that last guy that you have to work on, which he's gonna appreciate you more for doing those little things that he needed you to work on, and then y'all build together. Where the other guy, you already built up and he walked out.
And our roles have changed in society.
Yeah.
And you know what like really ticks me off right now? This recent trend, and I wrote an article on it on the Single Ladies Cafe, and that is tslcafe.com, one of my articles. Women proposing to men. Stop, please. Please, please, please stop. Please, please. Like, I know people, you got to break traditions. That is one tradition.
You can't break, I'm sorry.
You cannot break because if that man is not willing to put forth the effort, the time, the money, the energy to say, this is the person I want to be with for the rest of my life, will you marry me? He's never going to marry you, period, ever. Like, so don't take it upon yourself to say, okay, I'm going to do it on my own. Like, it's a setup for failure. I'm sorry.
True.
Stop. Stay off one knee, ladies. Please. Like,
I've seen it happen a few times, and
like,
I was kind of like...
And me and my wife, we laugh at it, because I told her, I'm like, I would probably kick you under your knee if you tried to do that with me. Like, I don't know, I'd probably just push you over. I'd probably just overreact just like that. Like,
what are you doing?
Like, what are you doing? Don't embarrass me like that. Like,
no, get up. You
please.
She's going down.
She's acting, ladies and gentlemen. That's the scene. Like it's over. Like you have to stop doing that. You have to let that man be a man. Because with a lot of guys, like when we know, we know. And if you feel like that man's taking too long, go find yourself another man. You give him, you kind of give him an ultimatum. Sometimes you have to do that.
Sometimes.
Like, this is where my life is going. This is what I want. And if you can't bring that for me, then I gotta go find another man. And a lot of these women are impatient, man. Like,
they said they have patience though.
Like, no. There's a lot of women, a lot of impatient women who want to get married within 6 months. And you haven't even met this man's family. You don't even know this man's history. Like, but you want to get married because you seem good together. The same thing with men. Like, they get up on nerves with that. Like, you know, your relationship with this person in May, next thing you know it, you're proposing to somebody in August. Somebody totally different. You know who you are. I'm serious, man. Take your time. Like, relationships are hard work, man. Marriage is even harder.
Yeah.
Like, I can't, when I was in a relationship, I could just, like, this ain't working. I got to go. Marriage, there's levels to this.
You literally got to go to the next room. You go to the next room.
Like, you have to, man. You got to go cool off, man. You know, but back to the emasculation of men, like, I just hate when, you know, like, I'm not less of a man if I can't do something for you at that time.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm putting forth the effort, if I'm putting forth the energy towards you, and if I'm making change and being consistent, if that's not good enough for you, then you need to find another man.
Or I'm the type of person, like, if I can't do it, I'll find someone that can do it for you. That's a way that as a man, I still, like, we'll say, for example, it's like, a lot of women say they like a handyman and stuff like that. I'm very handy with my with certain things, but there's not everything. I can't do everything. I'm not Superman.
I'm handy with a checkbook.
Or especially when you're out of time. You know what I mean? You ain't got the time, but you could do it. But it's just like, why don't I just send someone else over to do it for you?
Exactly, especially if I know that I'm one of those type of people. I'm not going to do it unless I know 110% sure that it's going to be successful.
Yeah.
For example, I'm not going to patch a wall unless I know I can patch the wall. I'm not going to put the TV up on a bracket unless I'm like, okay, I can read the directions, I can do this.
Yeah.
Like, but when it comes down to it, like, I can try, but if you don't want a half job, then we're going to have to hire someone else.
Yeah.
That doesn't make me less of a man. Like,
no.
Like these social media goals, or if a man can't do this, he's not a man. If he can't do that, if he's not paying a woman's full rent, then, you know, you don't need that man.
People that are writing these things are teeny boppers that are just
and single.
They have access to the internet.
In and out of relationships.
Like the whole waste his time 2016. They tried to bring it into
Goodness.
I looked at that hashtag, I was like, why?
Waste his time. It's like bad dates, man. Like a lot of these women, I'll be honest, a lot of you are out here just for free meals and social media status, and you got to stop that too. Like that is a no-no. That is no good.
Yeah.
Like I've seen it, man. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go on this date. Don't hit that man up. And you know, the expectations of these dates, you know, I was on Twitter and they say, oh, he has to spend at least $150,
I've seen that.
$200 on me.
They were talking about, I think someone asked the question about dating. I think it was on Facebook, and they were talking about he needs to drop this, he needs to do this. I'm looking like, what are you doing for him? And don't say giving the panties or whatever. Don't say you're doing.
That's all you have to give up.
That's
Keep
just,
it.
yeah, I'm like, come
I'm
on,
so
like,
serious.
are you serious? I look at you like
but when I was between 20 and 25, that was good. But after I
Yeah.
turned 25, like it was like, if that's all you got to offer, keep it. It's just like with these Instagram models. It's just like they have booking information. And if your booking information, this is a word of advice. If your booking information isn't towards your website, it's really not booking information. I'm sorry. I can't deal with the personal emails. It's unprofessional. You have no telephone call where I can just talk to you. It's just a regular email just so you can host a party, you know, show your goods, and then that's it. You go live. Or they now have this Snapchat Supreme where, oh, you can go live, but you got to pay for it, and I'll give you some extra.
Gosh.
And again, if that's all you got to offer, good luck for you. There's going to be somebody who pay for it. But, you know, those are the same people looking, I need a real man. You're going to get a real man, all right. You're going to get a real man who's going to hurt you and leave. And, you know, then again, it starts a rotating cycle.
Cycle that just
all over again.
one moment they're talking about love memes, the next moment they're talking about all the bashing memes.
I know
Man,
a
that
lot
was
of
quick.
Yo,
That was
I know a
quick.
lot of women get hurt, and then all of a sudden, love ain't nothing.
Like, they like to say, we ain't, you know.
Like, because what happens is with people, we got to trust the process.
Yeah.
Like all of this is a process. No matter how much you've been hurt, no matter, you know, the clowns, you know, you've been dating, because women are clowns too. Like, there's a lot of them. I've been on a lot of
They wear
bad dates back in the day.
They wear the makeup too. like
Oh
that,
yeah,
you know.
a little too much makeup sometimes, but you know, it's a two-way street. You know, like both men and women, you got to trust the process, you know, and what's going on within your relationships. First of all, you have to make sure that your foundation is all set. Before looking for love, make sure you fall in love with yourself all over again. You owe it to yourself to fall in love. And I'm going to look at you right in the eye. Fall in love with yourself all over again before trying to fall in love with someone else. Therefore, it takes away a lot of stress and pain from you because you know what you want. You know who you are.
And that's when you become extra picky because, like I said, when I was in a relationship, before I ended that relationship, I started reading a book called The 5 Love Languages because I started learning about myself. As you get older as a man, and your goal is to better yourself, you have to start reading more. I suggest that to all my friends. I suggest them to read this book. I read The Conversation by Hill Hopper. I'm reading The Weight right now with Megan Good and her husband. And it's like these books have changed my life to become a better person all around.
It helps.
And I tell people and I suggest them all the time, like my friend's getting married recently, and I'm like, when I finally was getting married, I was like, read this book, trust me. It will save your marriage before it even starts.
It helps. And there's certain questions that you have to have answered before taking it to the next level. Like when it comes down to you want more kids, you know, how do you deal with adversity? You know, because according to social media, we're all rich. We're all rich. Everybody who goes to school getting straight A's, and everybody's balling every week. Like all their kids are good kids. My kids are mischief as all hell. Like we're not rich. We're on a budget. Yeah. And when it comes down to it, me and my wife, we argue just like every other married couple.
Yeah.
Can you go through it? Can you stand the rain? Can you get through the bad times along with the good times that
I feel
are
like it's
not
more
on camera?
I feel like if you can get through the bad times, the good times are easy.
Oh man, like there's a good friend of mine. He says when it comes down to commitments and marriage, there's a few things that come into play: finances, other people, and your ego.
Yeah.
And if you can overcome all three of those,
you're good.
then everything else that comes in, you know,